Yo, this is your favorite friendly neighborhood Toronto, and today we're going to be going over what to expect, what not to expect from the PS5 reveal event, and my predictions for which games I think will be revealed. After that, I may discuss my pie in the sky pipe dream wish list of games that I want to be revealed. Now, starting with the expectations, from everything we've heard from Jim Ryan on the PlayStation blog post, it seems like this event is going to be heavily centered on games. We're going to be expected to see first party, third party, and yes, second party games because we do have Bluepoint games out there lurking. So for the games that are going to be shown, I don't expect all of these games to be available at launch. I do think that we're going to see some games that are going to be available during the launch year and then the year after that. Jim Ryan did say that we'd be seeing a first look at games that we'd be playing after the PS5 launches, not when the PS5 launches. Next, I expect to get more details on the DualSense controller, and I expect Sony's going to have the devs talking it up about the benefits that we're going to see and feel for the future of games while using the DualSense. Besides the games, I do think we're going to get a first look at the PS5's user interface. Hopefully it still incorporates the cross media bar. They might even give us a small demonstration of the quick game switching ability that is there, just to kind of show off the crazy speeds that the SSD has. I don't think that we're going to be getting anything crazy detailed on the user interface until a later event. I'm also expecting the console to be revealed at the end of this event. I just don't see Sony holding it off until a later one, just because they do have the teardown event that's going to be happening later on, and I don't think that they're going to want to show that console at the exact same time that they're tearing it down. And then also, we've gotten reports to say that the PS5 is now officially in production, so this puts pressure on Sony to make sure that they reveal the console on their own terms without any potential leaks. And then on the marketing side, they're going to want to show this console because it's just a controller right now. They're going to want consumers and gamers to have the image of the console in mind while marketing. And now for the things not to expect, please, nobody expect the PS5 price to be revealed at this event. It's just not going to happen. It won't happen. They're going to wait and probably reveal that later on in the summer, especially that they have Microsoft showing their first party games in July, where they might show their pricing structure and strategy then. I see Sony probably waiting around that same time to release theirs. I also don't see us getting a more detailed look on the create buttons feature and what it's going to do. I think that's going to be revealed for a later event as well. I also don't see Sony going in and talking about their PS Now service or the PS Plus features or updates that they're going to be implementing during the new generation. Now, for the exciting stuff, we're going to be here talking about the predictions on what we expect to be seeing for the games. The first one is kind of obvious, is Godfall, which is developed by Counterplay Games. We first did see this back at the Game Awards show, and this was actually our first PlayStation 5 game that we did see running on the hardware. After that, we have Polyphony Digital with Gran Turismo 7. This is always a great way of showing graphical fidelity and performance for a system. Sony usually always launches with a racer anyways. For the PlayStation 4, it was Drive Club, or at least it was supposed to be before the development issues that they were having. But the game still looks incredible to this day with amazing weather effects. But Sony no longer has the MotorStorm or Drive Club developer Evolution Studios operational, so that just leaves us with Gran Turismo. Going into Insomniac, they got Ratchet & Clank, which I believe is going to be shown at this event because it's just a perfect game showcase to show the system's capability of handling large numbers of assets and complexity to the game worlds. This brings me back to thinking of something like Tools of Destruction. Insomniac also has the Resistance series in their bag as well, so that game had a lot of particle effects going on as well during the PlayStation 3 era. Now, for Guerrilla Games, I don't expect them to be showing off the sequel for Horizon Zero Dawn. I really am expecting them to show off the new IP. So that's going to be that. And then out of the big hitters, that's really just going to leave us with God of War, because Insomniac and Guerrilla Games, by my predictions, are going to already have projects here to be revealed. Now, more interestingly, I'm thinking that Ready at Dawn, who also made comments recently about the PS5. They've been super quiet ever since they released the Order of 1886. So me personally, because I love the game so much, I'm really expecting to see the Order 1886 sequel. Later on, I'm probably just going to be calling this the Order 1887 for anybody listening. So if you ever hear it, you don't have to fact check me and say that game doesn't exist. I'm just referring it to as the sequel. Now, one thing that I'm hoping for is that Sony's going to come and surprise us with some new IP. As much as I'm excited for Sony's potential sequels that are in the pipeline, I just really need to start seeing some new IPs. The new generations is just a perfect time for these new IPs to come out. Games always do well during the new generation because people are looking for games to play that take advantage of them. Like this last generation was the first time that I didn't even see Naughty Dog come out with a new IP. Like they had Crash Bandicoot, then Jack and Daxter, then Uncharted, and The Last of Us. During the PS4 era, it was just sequels for them. So I'm just hoping to see Naughty Dog jump back into their new IP pool. Now, for the Sony's second party developer, Bluepoint Games, everybody thinks it's going to be Demon's Souls, but I would love and be really happy if it wasn't, and it was something else that they were showing, which I will get into a little bit later. For now, the next I do see Ubisoft probably showing 1 or 2 games. Destiny 2 Beyond Light gameplay, they might have a little bit of a presentation there. Now, for Rocksteady, I believe if they were there and they presented a Batman game, that would just probably be one of the highlights of the show. The gamers are just going to go nuts. I already see it going on. Call of Duty, we can expect that. And another big hitter would be the much anticipated Overwatch 2. So if that game was ever to come out, or even Bethesda's Starfield, I'm sure we're going to have a lot of people talking about that and excited. Now, talk about some of my pie in the sky pipe dream games that I hope are revealed here. I'm going to start off with something really crazy, and I think it's just probably going to get even more crazy, but I'm hoping that we see Gran Turismo in like an open world style game, something like Forza Horizon. And when it comes to Bluepoint Games, because they did say this is going to be their largest and most ambitious games that they be tackling, I can see a game like GTA 3 or Vice City kind of fitting that bill. Resistance Fall of Man, or just the Resistance collection with all 3 games in there. Even Heavenly Sword being one of those games. That would be just a big check mark for me because I love all of those games. And I would love it if the rumor was just wrong. That would just be a huge surprise for everybody. And for me, I just like having my imagination go wild. My imagination knows no bounds. So I know most of those probably won't happen, but I hope they do. Next, we have Deep Down by Capcom, which was actually revealed during the PS4 launch, and we haven't seen anything on that. Take-Two recently mentioned that they have 93 games in development that's going to be released in the next 5 years. So I'm grabbing at another piece of pie here, hoping that one of them will be the lost in development hell, The Agent. I don't know where that game went, but if we could have that game being released, I believe that Rockstar could do something really amazing with that. If they show Beyond Good and Evil 2, and this would probably be one of the biggest news of the entire night, which would be if they were to surprise everybody with backwards compatibility with PS2 and PS3. Like, everybody would go nuts. I mean, absolutely nuts. But as I'm wrapping this video up, do you guys think that Sony is going to talk about the PlayStation VR this year before the launch of the PS5, or do you think they're going to wait until after it launches? Me personally, I think they're probably just going to hold off talking about anything VR until maybe another summer event. And what games do you guys have as your pie in the sky for the reveal event? As always, thank you for those who made it through to the end of this video. Please share, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of the new videos that get uploaded. Every like is really appreciated, as it does a lot in helping me grow this channel. I will have all the details on where you can follow everything Toronto in the description. That's everything for now, so it's not bye. See you later on the next one. And I'm out!